Hi.
Hi.
Hey guys.
Did you guys see we got the full points for the last one? That was pretty cool.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
liked our discussion style.
Yeah. She commented, which was super awesome.
Uh-huh.
This chapter had so much information.
I know.
I was reading, I was like, no, this cannot be possible. So much information. I was dying. Where's everyone? It's 8:30.
Oh, here's Eric.
Yay.
Oh no.
What happened?
Eric can't hear us.
Oh gosh.
Okay, I can hear you guys now.
Okay.
Was that a joke? He just gets us every time. Sorry guys,
headphones are
can't
plugged
see
in, so
you.
Huh?
I mean, are you gonna get us every time? Be like, sorry, can't see you.
Probably. No.
That'd be really funny.
Well, good thing it works this time, so.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. So now we just need David, right?
Yeah.
Yep. I guess we'll just wait.
Mhm.
How are you guys doing? How's your week going so far?
So far,
Good.
I have tons of online classes though, so
Yeah, I'm all
trying to get
online.
that stupid stuff done before the weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a few things due at midnight tonight too, so that's fun.
Same.
So we'll try to make this fast.
What's that?
Mhm.
We'll try to make this fast.
Oh yeah, this should only take like 20 minutes, so or less.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. I hope. We always run into problems.
I know.
I know, it's crazy.
I mean, not David, Daniel. That's his name. Um, my landlord's name is David. That's where I got that from.
Uh,
Given the amount of problems, I'm glad we did get full points on the last one.
Yeah,
Oh, we did?
seriously. I'm
Yeah,
glad
because
that
if we,
he acknowledged that we did have issues.
yeah. She probably saw, I think she probably figured out that we had edited it because the video was an hour long.
Oh my god.
So I edited it down to 11 minutes. It was pretty bad.
Wow.
Yeah, it was intense. I was like, okay, let me just watch this whole thing to figure out when we actually started. And then the edited one took forever to process. I'm like, oh shit, it's
Oh
due today.
no.
Yeah. Worst come to worst, I could have like emailed her the other link and been like, started at this minute, like
Yeah,
she probably
that's
wouldn't have cared,
crazy.
but I know.
Mm,
I think both of them are on my page, so she probably saw both of them when she was looking. She probably saw all of our technical difficulties.
yeah, that's funny. This is like the first book I've ever had without pictures so far.
Yeah, this chapter was insane.
Mm-hmm.
It was like so much information.
I know.
Yeah.
I was taking notes and I was trying to like not dumb it down, but make it less like wordy, because that's basically what it was.
Hmm.
I was like trying to apply it to my life because that's like the only way I can like make things simpler.
Yeah.
The question seemed pretty simple, right? We're just talking
Yeah.
about what leadership style we like best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty simple. There's one thing in here where I was kind of confused though. Do you guys know if path goal theory would that just fall under situational approach? You guys know or no?
Yeah, that's just like a way
That's just fun.
to execute the situational approach. I think that's what it is. Like, I think,
Mm,
Yeah, that was also confusing because there were tons of theories within each approach. So,
yeah.
yeah.
I think it was like if you read, you know how you read the first one and it has like those different tests, like the MBTI test and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I think
Hmm.
it was like that kind as, to the situational approach or whatever.
Mm.
I wonder how our test is going to be like.
Oh yeah.
Like, is it going to be heavy on like the minute details or like
I
what?
hope not.
So I feel like that will make or break my grade.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. At this point, I just want to graduate already.
Same. All right, when are you guys done?
Uh, Next year, hopefully.
Mm.
Yeah. You guys are still. You guys have a ways to go, right?
I'm done in December.
Oh, you're done in December.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Kelsey, you're a sophomore, right?
No, I'm a junior.
Oh, you're a junior. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Darcy, you're a junior too.
I'm a senior.
Oh, you're a senior as well. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I'm graduating in May.
In May. Nice.
Mhm.
Nice, very nice. That's cool. Has anyone heard from Daniel?
Mm-mm.
No, I should probably text him.
You probably forgot.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, good. Needs to go. You gonna go to the gym? See your first day back? Second day? More. What's the wrong? Yeah, I'm here.
I told you about 840 already. Go.
Daniel said 10 minutes.
I'm gonna go get my charger.
Yeah. There's trap. I don't want to do that. Can I cut these chips out? It looks gross though. I'll just see. I was gonna say we don't have any Gatorade over there. Dude, wine bag. Wine bag today. Wine bag today. Both of mine to me. Dude. We don't even have wine in glasses. No. You did the outline?
Is it recording right now?
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to delete again or edit it?
Yeah, probably. It just like I have to start it in order to invite all you guys.
Oh, okay. But it does let you though, like
Yeah, I can edit it for sure.
Daniel's here.
Yay.
Hey, don't grab my butt. Hang on, I didn't grab my butt.
Okay.
Okay,
What's up, man?
Here.
what's going on?
Alrighty.
Sorry about that.
I guess I shall read the question. Hangout number 3. Which perspective or approach made the most sense to you? In considering the approaches and theories presented, think about your own beliefs about leadership and how leaders can motivate followers to achieve goals.
Cool. Who wants to go ahead and lead the conversation?
I can go. So the one that I found the most interesting and what related to my life would be the situational approach. And I was just going off of Felder's contingency model of leadership. The other theories like I didn't really connect with. For example, the path goal theory. I was more looking at the Felder's contingency model of leadership. So the thing that made the most sense to me was the fact that it had the three factors that constituted your influence from your followers. So the first was the leader's position of power. And what that was is just like the fact that as opposed to like a teacher, an employer would be respected more because they could give you a bonus or a raise. We've all been in situations where we've had a teacher that we didn't like, that we didn't really pay attention to because they couldn't really give us anything but our grade, and we knew that what we were going to turn in was like grade A work. Does that make sense? And like our employer was going to see our, behavior and what we were doing, and they could give us a raise, or they could, we had like the counseling statements. It's like a write-up or whatever. So those are like two things that I thought were related to my life perfectly, teachers and then employers. And then task structure. So at work, like your tasks are super specific depending on what line of work you are. And then your boss can evaluate you more structurally because they know exactly what you're supposed to do and they can see how much you got done. But then like in the classroom, like you know what you're supposed to do by like Sunday. So like how could your teacher just evaluates you on what you put out. They don't necessarily see like how much effort you put in, if that makes sense, because it's like unstructured. And then the third thing was the relationship between the leaders and members. So I don't know if you guys saw this like chart on page 81, but I just think like the chart kind of spoke to me, I guess. Like how the low LPC, which is like the task oriented, had like the favorable, and then how the high LPC or relationship had like the positive relation or whatnot. So I know it was a lot of information, but that's kind of what made sense to me the most.
I definitely think that all of the different approaches are all valid in their own ways. They definitely make a lot of key points that you can get a lot out of. But from my perspective, I also have to say that the situational approach is what really reached out to me the most, something that I could relate to the most. Just because, and quoting from the book, this little part right here where it says that leadership behavior is contingent on the variation in the situation. For example, the strategy for effectively leading a high-tech research and development team is much different from the strategy for effectively leading a military combat unit. Pretty much what I got from that and what it talks about is that there's different leadership opportunities and different leadership models for different situations. You won't lead a team of high school students the same way you would lead a team of college students. You know, there's going to be different tasks and different ways to solve the problems, which goes into me talking about the path goal theory, and where it breaks off into different leadership characteristics. I related more towards directive leadership and supportive leadership together. Directive leadership being procedure-related communication behavior that includes planning and organizing, task coordination, policy setting, and other forms of specific guidance. So I'm leaning more towards that organizational motivation, having more of like a clear path and understanding, and then feeding off of that supportive leadership. You know, because when you're working in groups, people like to feel important. They like to feel that you're giving them tasks that'll help them contribute to the group, whether it be in a work setting or in a big group project or something like that. Everyone wants to feel part of the team, which is why I like that in there. So I just feel like in different situations in my life, at work or in school, I feel like this has been kind of more of what I've seen and witnessed. That's something that I enjoy more since I'm more familiar with it, and that's what I gained from it. I don't know. What do you guys think? What did you guys see? Whoever wants to go next.
I agree with both of you. I think the situational approach was something that I definitely related to both of the chapters. And then there was a quote that I liked under the situational approach section. It says, "Good leadership consists of showing others how to
What?
approach." John D. Rockefeller said that.
You're supposed to have earlier.
Um, let's see, I wrote that. I also wrote about supportive communication, which is something that they just touched on briefly, but basically it's saying like, um, it's really easy for people to get discouraged, especially if they're doing like a task that's stressful or tedious. And so a manager, a leader has to be somebody um, who can motivate them by what they're saying. And then I also thought that the practical theory was something that was more relevant in my life. Um, and then also going off of what Eric said, it was directed and participated, like that's what he said, because those are the two things that I could relate to. And then I also wanted to touch on chapter 4, talks about uh, the transformational approach to leadership, and I thought that was like all encompassing of everything, but I think that it transcended like the leadership levels that we see in our daily lives. I think that transformational approach would be more of like huge organizations rather than somewhere like at a job or in a group or a family or just a smaller setting. I think but I did think that the transformation was capable, not on such a small scale as these.
For me, the situational approach to leadership was, I think this one's kind of taken by landslide, but for me, that one hit me the most, and it actually was, I want to say Hersey's and Blanchard's situational leadership approach that I related to most, or that just made more sense to me, and that's because I'm kind of a type A, so it's this, and the readiness levels were what hit me, and for me it kind of depends on those that you would be leading. And for example, readiness level 1, the readiness level of those who are followers, low ability and low willingness. The followers lack skill and motivation, all the way up to level 4, high ability and high willingness, and transition between low and high. It just made more sense to me than, to be honest. In all honesty, the contingency model of leadership was that graph. I tried to read it and I couldn't. I turned the book sideways and I turned it upside down. I just couldn't understand it. But this made more sense to me because it was a little bit more clean cut. And I feel like this does work in a smaller setting because I have worked with smaller teams with people who are ready, people who are willing. They just didn't have the knowledge to do things, and I kind of pushed forward to kind of lead them in that direction because I had the knowledge and I had the willingness, and they were completely willing. I just felt like they needed a little bit of help, and that was in a team of about 5 or 6 people, if I remember correctly. I think it was 5, but yeah, that's for me. It seems like the situational approach to leadership is. I guess we're just a situational group.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. Like, I'm kind of in between, like, relational and situational, so I'll talk about relational since you guys covered situational pretty well. But I'm kind of like on the basis that relationships are everything. So that's kind of what I'll talk about relational. Because like even if you have the smartest leader or a leader who has great motivating potential, um, if you can't develop a relationship with your followers, then I don't think those positive traits that they have do them any good. Because like once that leader and the follower gain that good relationship, they develop trust and they have like mutual respect between the two of them, which I think are two like, crucial things in the leader-follower relationship. Um, I don't think the leader and the followers like they don't need to have a super strong relationship. Like they don't need to be best buddies or anything, but just starting with some sort of a foundation of a relationship, like I think they can learn a lot from one another and see each other's like strengths and characteristics that each of them can bring to the table.
I do feel like, going back to what Eric said earlier, I do feel like each of these approaches do have their place in how leadership works. I just feel like situational has a bigger impact than the other ones because of course you have the characteristics, which and the characteristics always change from leader to leader, but I feel like those characteristics, depending on the situation, the right characteristics will take over, and I don't necessarily see a need for a relationship between a follower or between a leader and their followers. Simply that at that moment, the followers need that leader because of the situation and because he or she has the right characteristics. That's just my perspective on why kind of the characteristics and situational have more of an impact with the relational approach.
Yeah, to go off of that, I was just like, I'm an instant gratification type of person. So like, if I see something and I'm just like, okay, that'll float my boat. For example, how I was talking about like raises and bonuses. Like for me, situational made sense because if I work hard and I used to work at Vista, and we would like lease apartments, obviously. So when we leased out the whole property, like they would give us an incentive. They would like take us out and stuff like that. So we would all band together and make sure we were, doing our best to lease out the property so we could go somewhere. And we went to like laser tag and stuff like that. So we did big team events, and that's how the situational made more sense to me from my personal experiences. But relational, it sounds, making a relationship with your followers, like it's all true and well said. It just wasn't an experience that I had, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I just feel like that's something we've just all been used to. Like, if you do this well, here's your goal. Your group's task is to do this, and your goal is to get an A, kind of thing. Like, we've always been used to that kind of like careful. But something I did like, from the relational approach is like all like the different, benefits. I guess like more productive, more satisfied with their jobs, less likely to quit. Those are all really great things. Highly motivated, things like that. So yeah, that definitely takes into place. I mean, there's definitely a way, like maybe to combine both leadership styles, or like I feel like it's not just one leadership style all the time. I feel like there's a little bit, depending on who the manager is or who the leader is. I feel like they find ways to incorporate different types of leadership styles and models into like how they are as a leader. But yeah, but definitely, I still want to stick with what I chose, but I definitely have to agree with with everything that we're talking about, that there are definitely benefits from all the different types, and yeah, so it all just depends.
Yeah, I agree.
And the reason I think situational kind of reigns over is because there are situations in where relational leadership is better. There are situations where you can see characteristics taking on a leadership role. So to me, it's really all situations. To me, it's all situational.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Does anyone have any last-minute things to say?
Hi. How was your guys' day?
It was great. So next week at 7, and if anything changes, we'll just send out a little group text. Awesome. Nice talking to y'all.
All right, guys. Nice seeing you again.
You guys have a good night. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.